Okay, so I'm just enjoying some of the deviled egg pasta salad. The recipe is going to be down in the comment section, but I'm not going to do a demo on the recipe itself. It's pretty self-explanatory. But what I did want to do is I talk about a little bit about the recipe itself and how it kind of relates to our Cooking Beyond Recipes subscription site. So there's a few reasons why I started the site, why I wanted to do this. Um, and this recipe itself kind of reflects two of the big ones. So first of all, the process by which I came to do this particular recipe, sure, like a lot of people, I get all kinds of recipe things in my feed on Facebook. And I search around on the internet, see what other people are doing, see if there's combinations of things I've never thought of, and then kind of put in my own take on them. And then this came up one day on my feed, and it was this deviled egg pasta salad. The picture was phenomenal. It really kind of drew me in. I could taste it, I could see it. I wanted to make it. It was something I want to eat. So like I often do, I took the recipe. Now, the recipe itself didn't say what it made or the volume it made. So it started off with a pound of macaroni noodles. And I'm thinking that's a little bit too much just for me and my wife. So I halved the recipe. And then when I halved it and I made it, it's like, it's just not enough. Dressing doesn't even look anything like the picture, not the creaminess, anything like that. So I doubled everything except for the egg and the pasta, and it still wasn't quite there. So I ended up adding a little bit more. And this is one of the reasons why I came up with Cooking Beyond Recipes was, a lot of times when we had the restaurants and the food trucks, the catering, I just didn't always want to cook dinner. So my wife Shannon would often say, like, I'll do it tonight, don't worry about it. So she'd find some kind of recipe online, she'd search and see what we had in the fridge, and more times than not, it was, she would do the recipe, it didn't quite have enough sauce, or there wasn't enough. It said for four, but it was for two. And so one of the things I really wanted to do was create a site that had recipes that were really well thought out, that were tested, that weren't just after nice pictures to get lots of clicks, lots of visits to a website. So that's kind of what, this recipe I found. The idea behind it was good, but the actual recipe itself just didn't quite work. And then once I just used the ingredients they had and just kind of adjusted the volumes and such. But then, like a lot of recipes, it's like, again, it's just missing something, right? And I think that's kind of why you're paying I charge 52.50 Canadian for a year for all the recipes, videos, and much more. But, I'm kind of, charging because you're paying a little bit for, 40 plus years in the kitchen. You're paying for the experience. You're paying for me to not only test the recipe, to make a recipe, but then to make sure that it's the best it can be. So my process with a lot of the things I make, I had this made. I've started it off in the kitchen I work out of, got everything mixed, and like I say, it just wasn't quite right. So I just left it there and I started doing some other things. I would come back, have a little piece, just kind of really start thinking, what's missing here? What can I add? What's simple to add? And that's kind of what happened. I ended up bringing it home and adding a few extra ingredients from home because that's where I had them. But, it was something that when I was done with it, it's like, this is great. This is something I would serve people. So, in fact, I gave some to my wife, Shannon, who took it to work, and I do some food for the college she works at. And after some people tried it, it's like, we need that here. So, from this recipe that I tried that I wasn't too happy with, to making it my own, to getting it just right, to sending it there, suddenly I've got business from this. But this is the other important thing with the Cooking Beyond Recipes site. I'm not just putting recipes on there that are filler recipes that sound great. These are recipes that I use that have been used in my restaurants, in my food trucks, catering, my cooking classes. the recipes I use when I have people over for dinner, when I have family over. Um, these are well thought out recipes that draw on a lot of experience. And I mean, the biggest reason for cooking beyond recipes, I want to put all my recipes under one spot so I had access to them a little bit easier than all these little pieces of paper I had out there. So anyway, that's my little blurb about this. Again, I've put the recipe in the comment section below. But I just want to give you a little insight into what Cooking Beyond Recipes was about, how the process of the recipes become about, and what kind of quality recipes you're going to find on there. So you can hit up our website at www.saltandtime.ca. There's a link there to the subscription site. And like I say, it's only $52 Canadian a year. Uh, right now, I mean, this is October 2024. There's almost 400 recipes on there now, a few hundred videos, and more product, or sorry, more and more videos and content being added every week. So check it out.